Hi everyone, welcome. This is Gem 314 Tarot. I hope I find everyone well. Thank you for returning, and hello if you're new. I've got just a collective read, no astrology today. Just getting like a feel for the energy going on in the collective today. I did do a heart of the reading draw with the Lenormand, and I got the ring and the moon as the heart of the reading today. This is some kind of a commitment. It could be a contract, an agreement, an oath, a promise, an alliance of some kind, which does include the idea of a proposal. So there is love here at the center of this reading. It also falls with the moon, which means there may be the promise of a commitment but made in secret. Okay? This is very emotional, very intuitive. This is Cancer energy, but I don't usually give zodiac signs to the Lenormand deck. This may be something that happened during the last moon. It could be something that's hidden in the emotions. Again, I have to describe the moon as the what the ego keeps hidden, right? So when like that started coming out during the last eclipse cycle, where the big beautiful finisher of that eclipse cycle was a solar eclipse in Libra, where the moon moved in front of the sun, and it was day and night at the same time. It was gorgeous, it was ethereal, it was wonderful. The reason those are so moving is because when the feminine aspect, the receptive, quiet, intuitive part of the psyche eclipses the brightness of the ego, you look at things much more different, much different. Damn it. You know what I mean. Much more different. Many much moosin, whatever. Uh, because the ego shuts up for a minute and you can think with your heart. Okay? So I feel like under in this secret, there was a commitment made. And I feel like it's being remembered now. In the scene energy, we dropped the hummingbird, which is the Six of Branches, the Six of Wands. We dropped salmon again, the Nine of Shells. Salmon has been coming out a lot lately. Nine of Cups energy, and strength with the lion. This is the ruler of an open heart. So that's what let's see again. We've got victory, emotional security, and strength in the scene energy. Okay. On top of that, we dropped the Six of Cups, the Six of Wands again in the same row, two different decks, and the Two of Wands. So, yeah, I feel like somebody is going to choose, because that Two of Wands is a crossroads. It's a choice of a different path. On top of strength, meaning that somebody's being called back to a position where they made a decision before and now they get to choose the other path. On the card, you've got five geese, and geese always return to the same migration grounds. It's interesting that we have two in the same row. We've got two animals that return to migration grounds, and it falls right next to the salmon, the Nine of Shells, which returns to the same spawning grounds they have for hundreds and hundreds of years. The thing is with the salmon, like before it had come up with the beaver, the busy beaver of the Eight of Fossils, the Eight of Pentacles, whereas the salmon are trying to come upriver to fulfill this ingrained instinctual return to their homeland, right? The beaver was damming the river, so they couldn't get very far. Now we've got victory on top of this Nine of Cups, which is very good because now it feels like they have gotten past or gotten through, somehow gotten up the river, or their way is unblocked. Their victory is sure. But like victory shows up twice here in the scene, because the first card was hummingbird, which is Six of Branches, which is victory. So here we've got victory, and then on top of that, we drew the Six of Cups. So this feels like there was a commitment made, there was a promise made, and it is now being remembered. Now, where was it made? How long ago was it made? And why is it now being remembered? The six of shells in the salmon card is a little bit of a clue. So salmon do return every year to the same spawning grounds, but they're not the same salmon, okay? When the salmon spawn, they mate like Olympics, the mating Olympics, where it's a rave of orgies, and they mate, and then they die. They don't return to the ocean. Their eggs hatch and return to the ocean, and then come back upriver the next season to spawn, and then they die, and their eggs hatch and go back to the ocean. So this particular Six of Cups with the Six of Shells, I'm sorry, the Nine of Shells with the salmon, this particular Animal Wisdom deck, Nine of Shells, tells me that this is a return from something in the past, okay? Something from a different life, but something that is so ingrained in the soul's DNA as to they cannot not make this journey. That's the whole purpose of the salmon, is to return to those grounds, return to those where they were, where they were born. This soul is trying to return to where it was born. Okay, and I feel like this is a return to a contract made in the past. The moon is rhythms and cycles. This is somebody who has been reminded on a soul level that there is a connection that they promised. Okay, there is a contract that they promised, and they are being given a chance with this Two of Wands to come back to this and choose that path. And it's on top of strength, so it's definitely taking a lot for them to even acknowledge this, because I feel like there is a feeling along with this that all this kind of spiritual love stuff is bullshit. There is some earth energy here. So I feel like maybe they have things that they need to accomplish, and that this reminder of this contract from the past is like almost an inconvenience, right? But it is a Six of Cups. So the first card we dropped was the Six of Branches. This is the hummingbird. It is the Animal Wisdom Deck's version of the victory card. And on top of that, we've got the Six of Cups. So this is definitely the remembering, the nostalgia of a past connection that was beautiful before life got to ruin it. Okay? And then next we've got the Nine of Shells, which is the salmon going back to their spawning grounds, or it could be them going back to the ocean. They've got nine shells here in the rainbow, so this is joy, and it's also because it is a nine. There is the almost completion of a cycle. It's completion, success, and instincts. But it's focus on your purpose, and it's returning home after the soul's journey. And on top of that, we dropped a proper Six of Wands from the Easy Tarot. So that's two Six of Wands here, two cards of victory, and it's on the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So there is a return, a joyful, victorious return to a love contract that was made in the past. But I think it goes even back further than the past of this life. This is something that these souls are remembering from another life, because we've got the moon here, which means to me an uncovering of cycles that have been hidden, promises that have been hidden, feelings that have been hidden. It's like I heard the time is coming around again because it is cycles. And then here we've got the Two of Wands, which is a return to the crossroads. Um, it's really, really obvious here that there is a love contract that's coming back around. Okay. And it's like somebody maybe thought the other had forgotten, because the moon here is kind of like a forgetful kind of vibe. Um, what else did I want to say here? Oh, there is with the Six of Wands, there is another, like, it's not just victory and praise. There's also a sense of recognition that you've come back, or you've come through something. Again, there's this comes after the Five of Wands, which is um conflict, right? It's contention, it's conflict. And so after that Five of Wands, you have a victory, you have praise, you have ease. You're coming back after a fight, and you now have a clear path, which is really interesting because it's almost like this person has come through with the victory card, and he's continuing on his path with this horse, and he's coming to this path now, which is the crossroads. I don't know if you can see that, coming through victorious to a crossroads where he gets to pick the other path. The thing that always sticks out for me with the Six of Wands is the feeling of recognition, not just praise and victory. There's recognition here, and it's recognition from your people that you did well, you fought well, you came through well, you are judged valiant and brave and noble and all the good things. But another thing that comes through with recognition is that, and especially in this position between with all this very deep loving commitment, Nine of Shells, Six of Cups, this feels like somebody who has recognized the connection. And um that's huge when it comes to a connection. I know yesterday in the reading we did drop the red string of the twin flame, but it seemed very out of place. So I set it aside. And now in this reading, we've got this feeling of a return to a soulmate contract. That to me says like a twin flame contract, but we didn't drop that card today, but we did yesterday. It feels like it jumped the gun a little bit. Like the cart jumped a little too soon, okay? And that is something that has very salmon energy on it when they're jumping through, up the rapids and up the waterfalls and up the rivers, and they're jumping. Um, this feels like that card jumped a little too soon yesterday. Um, but yes, there's sense of recognition, and that to me is the recognition of two souls looking at each other saying, oh, I've got that connection with you. Yes, I got a contract with you. But this goes deeper than that karmic. It doesn't feel karmic here. It feels very like it was a long time coming and now it's being fulfilled. However, we still have to get to the underlying energy here, the things that are hidden and the unseen. Um, here is some contention, okay, and a lot of heavy energy. We've got the Five of Branches, which is right before the Six of Wands of the victory. Underneath here, somebody is still fighting this. Somebody is still in conflict mode. Okay, this could, and since this is underlying, it could be conflicts within themselves. But I do feel like there could be conflict with other people. On top of that, to clarify, now again, usually I only like to drop one card to clarify, but when they come out two together, stuck together, I have to take them. On top of this Five of Wands branches, the Five of Branches came the Five of Cups of regret and grief, and the Nine of Swords of anxiety and sleeplessness. This is mental anguish. Let's see. The Five of Branches is represented by the Scorpion. Nothing's going on in Scorpio right now. That sign's actually empty. So sometimes I feel like when a sign in the zodiac is empty, it's like they're kind of left to their own devices. So they might get up to some, no goodness. But Scorpio's ruler, Pluto, is retrograde in Aquarius right now. And I did draw when I flipped the dice earlier, I did get Aquarius. So there could be something along something with an Aquarius or with Scorpio. We don't really have much major arcana. Okay, we've got strength, that's Leo energy. Do, 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 do. Judgment doesn't have one, although I think they give it to Libra. But Judgment fell twice here in the unseen energy. Judgment fell twice, just like the Six of Wands fell twice. And we'll discuss that in a minute. But here again in the unseen, we've got Five of Branches, Scorpio energy. This is instability, conflict, and challenge. Okay, this is arguing. There's decision making here, but their energy is very disorganized, and it can lead to unstructuring again with the structure theme that has been running through lately. This is discord, a change of order, release and it says release and streamline, and then there's intense feelings. It says resolve conflict but keep your integrity. So there's some kind of conflict here, since this is in the unseen energy, plus with the Nine of Swords on top of it, which is very mental anguish here. I feel like somebody is either now remember, put yourself where it resonates. All I can read is energy. I can't place it where you are. I can't place you in it, okay? So there is a underlying feeling of regret and grief and mental anguish and inner conflict here. Now, it's either because someone recognizes the connection but the other person doesn't. Now, I don't really get that with this. What I feel more like is that somebody has come online, had the epiphany, somebody has awakened, because it's the moon energy. With it's like it was undercover, and now with a cycle has come around, they're realizing it again. But that realization, I feel like they're saying like, oh shit, I let me think, let me listen, please. Like, I promised them a long time ago that I loved them. And I chose a different path. That's that Two of Wands. I chose somebody else. So now that they're realizing that they had that other contract and it was sweet and good, that's the Six of Cups energy. It's nostalgic because what they're looking back at is a sweet, loving relationship that was young and it was untested. It was not tainted by life yet. That's the danger of the nostalgia of this card, is that you're remembering something that's been frozen in memory, and it's not real in the moment because that situation was not allowed to grow and continue. That could be completely different situation now. But because it's frozen back then before life got to ruin it, it seems like this gorgeous epitome of what love should be. So next to Scorpion and the Five of Branches, you dropped. We've got Gorilla, which was the Six of Fossils, and on top of that, there was Judgment. I love the Six of Fossils. It's been coming out a lot lately. This is equitable exchange of resources. This is giving and receiving, but this to me feels more like there's enough to go around for everyone involved. It's not a massive wealth. There's only three gorillas in this card, which means there's enough for a small, close knit family unit to get enough for everyone. Okay, no one is going without while anyone else has too much. Okay, it's equal distribution. On top of that is judgment. So I feel like there's going to be the judgment is something being called back from the dead. It's Gabriel's trumpet at the rapture. So that only blows when everything is done with. The world is going to end, everybody's dead, and it blows so that things rise up from the grave and go to judgment, okay? So there's something here where something is being called up that had been put to rest that is going to be called to account. And I feel like this contract, this connection. Um, there was uh, there was grief and anxiety here, and I heard it was because I couldn't give to them. I couldn't give anything to them because they had went down a different path with this two of wands here. There was some success here though because we've got strength. Strength looks like, and there was, Six of Cups twice. I mean, Six of Wands twice. But there's some kind of underlying grief here. We got Six of Fossils with Judgment, which means and then we've got Judgment with the Three of Wands. Judgment here, Crocodile and Butterfly, Masters of Discernment. It says review, release, assess, revise, uh, recall what was put to rest, right wrongs, repair hurts, and release the dead. It says transform through acceptance. It says accept and forgive. It's the kind of like a liberation here. And then with the Three of Wands, it's like forging a new path. Okay? This is all being anchored by an Ace of Shells, the Nautilus. The Nautilus. Okay. I love this card. I love all these Animal Wisdom deck cards. The Nautilus. It's ancient. It recalls, that's why I was saying with this Six of Cups energy, this Nine of Cups energy returning to something that was made in the past. The Nautilus, it's as the Ace of Shells, is recalling a past that is so old it comes from source. Nautiluses are millions of years old. They're one of the foremost basic ocean animals. They are eons old. This is love that's so old it comes from source. This says deep, balanced, ancient love. Gentle, enduring, and flowing. I love the flowing because all nautiluses do is they just kind of bob and go with the flow in the water. They're tossed to and fro. They survive. They are masters of survival, just like another old animal we've got here with the crocodile. The crocodiles are millions and millions of years old too. We've got two animals here that are some of the oldest forms of existence, even the scorpion. You know, this connection is it's so old, it's written in these souls' DNA. I mean, I can't explain it any clearer than that. On top of the Ace of Shells, the Nautilus, we drop the Queen of Pentacles. I love this. This is a person who is um this love comes this love offer comes with or from someone who is materially secure. This could be a earth sign, earth signs Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. They could be one of those or have that prominent in their charts. Somebody who is materially secure, or the offer may lead to it. This person is attractive, intelligent, successful, capable, and abundant in their own right. Excuse my voice. From self promotion, hard work, and tough decisions. But the thing with the Queen of Pentacles is once she is stable and secure, when she's stable and secure, she can be very sensual, humorous, relaxed, and sociable. So she's not constantly a workaholic, only to get what she needs to feel secure. After that, it's party time. I have Capricorn rising, and um, I completely resonate with that. If I'm not financially secure, there's no partying. There's no happiness. There there's no shopping, there's no nothing like that. There's no dating, there's nothing like. But when I'm financially secure and stable and I don't have to worry about my phone shut off or the utilities truck might be outside, when I don't have to worry about that, I am so sociable and very like enthusiastic about being out there, with people and stuff. But when she's not stable and secure, she's very hermit energy. That's very, very earth energy. The queen is the only one out here that is a court card. So she's the only one really coming to the forefront. And I find it interesting that she's the anchor to this. Okay, this love offer came from or to or because of or with a good secure queen of pentacles. Again, I want to say that there is no gender here, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be a woman that's in queen of pentacles energy. I am going to start trying to shift to gender neutral pronouns because I hate always reminding people that it doesn't have to be a woman that's the queen. It's a person who is in this energy, right? Let's see, what other signs do we have? I mean, the court cards would represent the signs like in the big three, like sun, moon, rising, okay? The other cards I separate by number to get a little bit of so like for instance, six of branches, the six of wands being fire, so it's a fire sign. Two, three, four. I don't give aces to anybody. I give that to the divine. So two, three, four would be Aries. Five, six, seven would be Leo. So we've got Leo energy here with the six of branches. On top of that, the six of cups. That's uh Scorpio energy because that's in the middle of the water signs. So Cancer and Scorpio together. No, Leo and Scorpio. Damn it. Sorry. Then Leo Nine of Shells would be Pisces. Leo Pisces. Two of Wands, that would be Aries, and Strength would be Leo. So we've got fire, we've got water. We've got a little bit of air with the Nine of Swords. It's mostly fire and water. Yeah. And then the Queen of Pentacles anchoring it. Isn't that interesting that the earth sign is the anchor while all this watery, fiery energy is playing out? So, as a summary here, There is the remembrance. Somebody's soul, some souls in the collective are remembering there was a previous connection. There was a promise, okay? There was an alliance, an agreement, a commitment. There was a marriage, a contract here. And under the moon, it's emotional, intuitive. There's cycles here that came out with the nine of shells, salmon, and the two of wands. Receptive psychic energy, they're reflective, it's hidden illusionary energy. So this could play out in the heart here many different ways, okay? Like I said, put yourself where you resonate. In some cases it could be people that have remembered this soul contract. In some cases it could be people who are hiding this soul contract. In some cases they're denying it. In some cases they are trying to find a way to get back to it. Underneath in the unseen. Now, remember how I would describe this as like a boiling pot. The seen energy is the bubbles that are on the top. They're active, they're working, they're on the surface. We can see them, they're there, okay? Here on the lower the lower row, these are the bubbles that are still on the bottom of the pot. They're not ready to come up to the surface yet, but they're growing. So this could be energy that you yourself in the collective are keeping on the down low. This could be things you're not sharing with the people around you. This is hidden, like it's under the moon. It is under the moon at the heart of the reading. Under the moon here, we've got grief and guilt and contention. We've got inner conflict, anxiety, sleepless nights. We've got all this stuff here underneath. But some cases in the collective, like I said, depending on where you are in your timeline, this could be things that are bubbling up that are in this future yet. That they're going to be coming up later. Okay. Again, I hope this is resonating with you guys. I hope the messages are finding you for your highest good. Not all messages will resonate with everyone. So um, if some resonate, keep what doesn't resonate now. Okay, but keep it. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible stutterer. Not all messages resonate, so leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. They wanted me to say that and to remind you that you're all at different points in your timeline. So some of you might be up here in the scene working through this, you know, coming back around. You might be at this crossroads right now already, getting ready to make the choice, make the jump to reinstate the connection. Some of you might be down here where it's on your mind, but it's causing conflict right now. Uh, Now, again, I have to remind you that if you don't deal with this, if you don't recognize it, which again comes with that Six of Wands, always tells me there's recognition here. If you don't wake up, I heard. Judgment's blowing its horn twice. You got judgment twice down here in the unseen energy. If you don't hear the call, this is how it's going to play out here with this Nine of Swords and Five of Cups. And then you're going to miss it. It's like you're going to start over. There's the Three of Wands. I feel like this is starting over in some cases. In some cases, which is a little bit more positive, this comes after the Two of Wands, where you make the choice of which path to go, right? You make the choice. And in this case, you're going to choose to go right towards your ship. That's the ship coming in. That's what you wanted. This is what you wished for. In some decks, the Two of Wands reminds me of like putting in your Amazon order, right? You're filing through everything, you're looking at everything, you're making your choices, which one's a good price, which one's a good size, which one's the right color. You're choosing what you want in life, okay? And for me, after that, the 3 of Wands is you with your nose pressed against the window waiting for the delivery, okay? It's right there. It's right there. Do you see it? It's right there. The ship is right there. Are you waiting on it to come even closer? In some cases, it feels like some are so eager that the ship is coming in that you're just going to jump in the water and go meet it, right? Some might be a little bit more trepidatious about going in the water, and they're going to wait for the boat to come closer. The problem with that is the reason that boats park a little bit further away is there's rocks near the shore. You don't want your order to crash and get destroyed on the rocks before you can even get on the boat, right? Before it even gets to you. So there is a moment, there is a opportunity here to go meet it. Okay, it's pulling in, it's going to come past you as close as it can because there's rocks there. It's going to be there, it's going to park, you're going to see it. But I mean, some people might say, oh, it's still out of reach, it's still so far away. There's no way I can meet it now. I'm going to have to wait till another time where maybe it can come a little closer. No, fuck that. Go get your shit. Okay? You fought enough. You waited long enough. You waited lifetimes. Lifetimes. Between 6 and 9 lifetimes here, I would say. I always start with 6 because we get this when the 6 of Cups drops to me. That's the twin flame. That's that relationship where you can't come back together until you both have put the work in. That's like the twin flame to me. Oh, 6 and then the 9 of Shells. Like maybe this ninth time you'll get it right. Go out to the fucking boat already. She's there. She's standing right there. She's standing right there in the boat with her big ass pentacle and one Ace of Cups from the divine. Love so old that you frustrate me. You really do. It's like I hate this kind of dynamic because you can't yell at the other person loud enough, because a lot of times the other person, being the masculine, usually is still the fuck asleep to the connection. That's why it's here in the heart of things in the middle with the moon on it. It's like they're still even dreaming about it. They're still in the dream state. They're still in you know the ethereal kind of, they're connected. Look, it's in the dream world, it's in the nighttime, it's in the hidden realm that they link up. Look, they hold hands here. It's sunny here. This is the dream. This is the 5D where they connect at night in the dream state. They are connecting here with the contract is alive there. But when they wake up, it's this Queen of Pentacles. I'm working right now. 6 of Fossils. I've got bills to pay and people to take care of. But I mean, they can't get around it. They cannot get around this anymore. You got Judgment twice and 6 of Wands twice. Okay? I feel like they're saying, you've already won. Go get your prize. Here, it's right there. The 3 of Wands. You're standing on the shore looking at the goddamn boat. It's come as close as it can because in front of you there are rocks. Do you really expect the boat to come right to your feet? It could be destroyed and everything on that ship that is being sent to you could perish. All right? You're going to have to get in a dinghy and go meet them. Oh, that's interesting because while I was pre-shuffling, that 6 of Swords fell out, which is people in a small boat, right, going to calmer waters. That's what it feels like. If you miss it, you're gonna backtrack and be in this five of branches, which is contention and conflict. Um, Five of cups, regretting, the loss of it. And the nine of swords. Again in the nighttime. See the moon there? We've got the moon twice. This is definitely taking place in the dream state. She can't sleep. She's talking to a fucking owl. Okay? I love that the owl is the nighttime messenger between the soul world, the soul realm and the living. Like, he goes through the night like that, right? He's flying through the night and reminding them both of the commitment. You see the way that's lined up like that? So you got to wake up from the nightmare, because there's victory here out in the open. You can do this. It's like you have to do this. So we're going to go ahead. If you're vibing with my content, please leave a like, leave a comment, share my videos, subscribe. It helps the algorithm get my videos seen. Also, check the description box for my email. You can contact me with my email and we can discuss like a one question personal read or one question birth chart inquiry, either one for about $15. You'll also find links to my Venmo and my Cash App if you choose to leave a donation for helping me keep the channel going. I really appreciate any feedback. Okay, so that's why I always ask for people to leave a comment. Thank you so much for anything that ends up in the donation links. So we're gonna go on to the angels, ancestors, and animal spirits messages. We've dropped, let's see, the air guardian. Okay, it says shift your perceptions. This time I went ahead and I bookmarked them so I don't have to keep looking through the book. So this says to change the way you think and you will change your whole reality. Okay? When this card arises, it's an opportunity to learn about your way of thinking. You're being guided to recognize that not all that you see is exactly the way you see it. What did I say about the moon energy? When it eclipses the sun, it quiets the ego and allows you to see things from your heart's perspective, from your intuition perspective, from the feminine receptive perspective, without the ego, without, because the ego being the sun, it illuminates everything except what the moon rules. That it keeps hidden. It doesn't want you to see that, right? It only allows you to see what it wants you to see. But when the moon eclipses that, all that shit on the underneath the ego comes out. So this is saying, especially with this moon energy and with the nine of swords energy, things aren't always how you see them. You have to perceive with more than perceive with more than your eyes, right? Um, yeah, you're being guided to recognize that not all you see is exactly the way you see it. Sometimes the mind can play games, and sometimes our perceptions can be wrong. If you're being challenged or feel that there's a lack of clarity and direction in your life at the moment, there's a good chance the way you're thinking or what you're focusing on has a lot to do with with that reality. You're being guided to open your eyes and your mind and go beyond any limits you have set for yourself and recognize that the way you see the world is how you will experience the world. Opportunities are moving in your direction, but they will only open up for you if you're ready to do the internal work to support them. Okay? Next, you've got the shaman. Now, when the people drop, not the air guardians and the angels and the animals, but when the people drop, this always says to me that, sorry, that was my chair. This always says to me that there may be some in the collective who have this particular kind of person in their bloodline. And that's what's coming forward right now. This is to awaken. Oh, there's an owl. Okay, look. The owl of the nine of swords. When this person is up at night in their anxiety, in their I can't think of another word for that. In their mental anguish at night, right? And here she is talking to that owl about all that's bothering her. Well, the owl takes messages back to the spirit world. Look where he ended up. He brought it right to the shaman. He landed on his head with it. Do you see it? So, what does the shaman have to say? He says, trust in your angels, guides, and ancestors. If you have given your power away, claim it back. There are spiritual allies working in your favor, and their miracles will unfold much more easily when you move into a state of trust. So call back your power, stop allowing external forces to divert you from the miracles you deserve. Hand over all of your concerns to your spiritual allies. So yeah, if you find yourself up at night, sleepless, talking to the birds, give everything over to that, okay? Release it and let it fly away. Because it's going to take it back to spirit so that spirit can work with it. But if you keep hanging on to it, then spirit can't, it's not going to snatch it from you. You have free will. And as long as you hang on to, things that make you suffer, as long as you hang on to it, they can't take it from you. You have to give it over. And that's kind of what this person is doing with in this Nine of Swords card. It's giving all of its fear, all of its doubt, all of their nightmares, their grief, their anxiety, all of the negative self talk, all the mental anguish, and they're telling this owl all about it. Okay? And then the owl flies back to the ancestors or the spirit world and hands it over. That's where okay, it's like this is what your person is being concerned with. Here you go, right? That's what they're saying. Where was I? Miracles you deserve. Hand over all of your concerns to your spiritual allies. When you do so, you allow them to send you intuitive guidance and messages that will allow you to correct this situation and come out on top. The shaman card also shows that that you have shamanic potential to move between the realms and connect with your guides in an extremely personal way. Okay, so this is awakening a lot more than that love connection. This is awakening like spiritual gifts within that. And that's fine. That's beautiful. I mean, in order to really move like in the 5D to connect with this other soul, you need to like have like a level up of spiritual gifts. And the last one you have here is Spirit Fox. Again, another spirit animal. We've got owl. Maybe look out for owls. Um, and then the fox. I mean, it could be any of these. I do use the animal wisdom deck, so any of those animals coming forward can be signs and syncs for you. But when they come out more prominent, I feel like those are the ones that are moving with more authority in the collective. So connect with owl magic, owl energy, and spirit fox energy. It says trust your talents and in changing times. Stay alert as change is in the air. Ooh, okay. The energies around you are changing at this time, and although it may not always be comfortable, You are equipped with all that you need to survive this shift. You're being presented with opportunities to reach spaces you've never encountered before. Oh, dang. And this can make you feel on edge. Yeah, that's that Nine of Swords and five of Wands. It makes you feel on edge, but be open to the shifts occurring because they really are the answers to your prayers. The experience of being hunted. The experience of being hunted or threatened is now behind you, and you're being invited to come out from your den and reveal your glory and talents. That's the Six of Wands twice. Call upon Spirit Fox Medicine to help you be seen for who you are and trust in your talents in order to be the best you can be in these changing times. That's three cards of victorious recognition and praise. So, what are you waiting for, right? Excuse me. From the theme deck, we dropped self reliance. It says, don't be afraid to fly solo. I mean, that's kind of that Queen of Pentacles energy. She's very independent. When she's financially stable or working towards it, and yesterday we did have the Eight of Pentacles. I mean, we've had the Eight of Pentacles coming out a lot lately. So there is somebody who is in their earth energy trying to just be establish themselves, okay? We've got Neptune energy. Dreams, imagination, higher intuition, mysticism. This is a very high vibration of moon energy. This Neptune rules Pisces, okay? Um, okay, so Neptune is actually in Pisces right now, but it's going through a really, really tough retrograde cycle here, and it's in the beginning of a long, contentious dance. With It's in opposition with Lilith and Libra right now, so Neptune energy is quite upheaved at the moment. I'm hoping that they can dance very well together, Neptune and Lilith. Even though they're in opposition, I don't always feel like oppositional energy is negative energy. I feel like it can be a beautiful balance, a dance where the two are pulling at each other's energy in order to stabilize themselves, and in turn that stabilizes the dance. It can be really beautiful, cooperative energy if you can put aside the differences, okay? um the problem with watery energy like the moon and Neptune, um, and what was the other one? Scorpio's ruled by Pluto. Pluto is, oh, I forgot to check where Pluto was. Pluto's in Aquarius right now, I think. Yeah, Pluto's dragging a scythe through. Oh, that's Saturn. Pluto's in Aquarius right now. Neptune is in Pisces. I forgot to check where the moon was. I think it's in Virgo, because it was in Leo yesterday. So all this watery energy can really turn from daydreams and imagination and far-reaching, beautiful, like wishes and dreams and stuff, but it can that those deep waters can be riled very easily, and those dreams and illusions and psychic awareness can turn into paranoia and delusion and deep spiritual trenches very easily. So I always want to give both sides of that. Neptune can be very uplifting and imaginative, higher intuition. There's mysticism here. I love that because you really need to be in a shamanic kind of energy in order to contemplate, recognize, and acknowledge this kind of deep soul connection with another person, right? Next you've got like lighthearted energy. You've got fortune cookie, which is nice. Yesterday, a goldfish has been dropping out. Fortune cookie dropped out again. a couple days ago. There's an underlying feeling of luck, okay? And luck is a very divine universe spiritual kind of it's a little nudge from spirit. It's like the parking lot angel, or you find something on the ground that you is valuable, or you find something that's lost, um it's a useful, in this case it could be useful advice, it's encouragement and small luck, that fortune cookie. Now you've got a lot of earth energy that came through all together. You've got the tree, which is as above, so below. It says ground and reconnect with the earth. Reach down to go up. Okay? Um, it's like the deeper and stronger your roots are, the more grounded you are, the more in tune with the earth, or just stay grounded. The stronger the foundation, the further up you can reach, okay? um as above, so below. Yeah, you've next to that got growth, okay? The growth card. And it's, you've also got, remember, you are earth. There's a, so like I said, even with the fire and water here, there is an underlying earth energy here. Remember, you are earth. Ground yourself, build, heal, give, provide, and stay steady. And I like that because it comes, provide reminds me of the Six of Fossils here in the Gorilla card, which is giving to everyone involved. Not everyone involved, but everybody that you can. To me, this the Six of Fossils, Six of Pentacles is a lower vibration of the 10. It's not enormous wealth where you're providing for generations to come. It's not the legacy of Capricorn. It is sweet comfort. It's the comfort of Taurus and Virgo, okay? It's whoever, it's like you, your partner, and your cat, and everybody is well cared for, okay? Nobody's going without, there's no real extra exorbitant wealth. Like, you're not renting yachts, but you're not starving. You've got a little in the bank, the kids are taken care of, the cat goes to the vet, the car doesn't need any repairs. It's comfort, okay? And with judgment on that comfort card, it's like you're finally saying, I am, oh, I can't, how do I describe this? Judgment on comfort. It's like, I'm finally going to give this person what they deserve. That's kind of what it feels like. I'm finally going to give this connection the attention it deserves. I'm going to give, you know what I mean? Um, let's continue. We do have stuck in the past here, Six of Cups reversed. I feel like this is the fearfulness of the Nine of Swords with the Five of Cups on the Five of Branches. This just mental anguish here, right? This Nine of Swords is fear. I feel like somebody might be thinking that um it's illusion. It's an illusion. They're thinking, like, this is what they're thinking at night. I have something in the 3D that's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with what I have now. But this when they go to sleep, there's a truth inside them that's saying this connection is real, and I'm ignoring it, and it's causing me anxiety. And now there's a fear that maybe they're remembering it wrong. Okay, this is, we've got the Six of Cups and the Six of Cups reversed and the Nine of Swords. It's like, I know what I saw, I know what it was, I know what they are. I know this was true, but then so much time has gone by, right? So many lifetimes, so much time. Now there only exists in the memory, under the moon, in the heart, and the heart is notoriously unsteady and things like this. So it's like this person doesn't really trust that they are realizing what this connection is. That stuck in the past, Six of Cups reversed, it's like they see it, they know it, they feel it, they remember wholeheartedly what it is, but they kind of feel like, I mean, maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Maybe I'm sure it was nice in the past, but I took a different path. the Two of Wands. So me being stuck back there isn't doing me any favors. That's kind of what's going on in the Nine of Swords at night, talking to this owl, right? Next, you have pay attention to red flags. Like, what are the red flags here? I believe that the red flags they're talking about because we don't really have much else here talking negatively about this. But I think these red flags are actually the person giving in to these to the grief and the doubt and the negative self-talk of the Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups. That Five of Cups, that's a tough one, man. They are actually acknowledging the fact that they let this go and they regret it. Okay? Um some in the collective will be experiencing the idea of now that I'm reawakened to this connection, I realize I do have to let something go. Okay? And that could be the judgment that's being called on this Six of Fossils, this Six of Pentacles, this arrangement that was equitable, but I mean, judgments on it. This is like, nope, this is being called to account. I regret this. I regret having to call this to account, but I am protecting this Two of Cups behind me. That could be the offer. That could be the remembering of this commitment with the Ring card, with them holding hands in the light, but it's under the moon, which means there's something secretive about this. There's some in the collective who might be moving in secret about this connection, but I get mostly that there are some in the collective who are just awakening to it, and right now it's still in the 5D. They can hear each other, they can communicate, they can connect, but it's in dreams. And that's why a lot of them have not woken up to it yet, because dreams are notoriously um, unstable, unreliable. Okay, so they may think that just because they're connecting in their dreams, that's not real, it's not reality. So they're walking away from it, right? Okay, we've got the bell, which is the divine call. Spirit is present. So it's like these three on the bottom. You've got stuck in the past, pay attention to red flags, and a bell. You may hear a bell when, you know, if you're thinking of signs and synchronicities, you might hear a bell. Um, that's the divine calling, and spirit is present, meaning just continue. You're on the right path. Keep going. The last one we've got is 222 as an angel number. It says, keep the faith. Timely and auspicious opportunities are coming. Stand strong in your personal truths. So that's what I've got, everybody. Thank you so much. This was a collective read, seen and unseen energy. As a summary, I guess, there is definitely a strong spiritual love connection here, but it was put on the back burner. It might be so old that it has gone through lifetimes. And now coming around, there's an opportunity for the people involved to acknowledge it and fulfill it this time, because there's been so many I'm sorry, when a connection is this old and it feels like it's just been missed and missed and missed, with the Two of Wands, they chose a different path, right? The Nine of Shells, meaning this is coming back around. You're going back to the same thing that your soul was at before. The Three of Wands here, where you're just waiting. It's right there, but you're still waiting I mean, come on. You got Judgment twice. So that's what I got. There is a connection here that's still in the 5D, because some people don't want to acknowledge it, but it is a Six of Cups from way, way back in the past. Acknowledge it, fulfill it. It's going to lead to beautiful love. You've got, an Ace of Shells here, Ace of Cups. Untrust your path. Release what is keeping you mentally stuck. and give it over to spirit. That's what I got. Thanks everybody for sticking with me. Um, until I see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks again. Bye.